You ever want to try a new song just to see how it feels? So for this trick, we're going to replicate what my uncle did to me all those years ago in the game closet. So we're going to use the ace, we're going to use the 2, and we're going to use the 3 to illustrate my point here. The ace, the 2, and the 3, and show you a little bit of a penetration effect. Very simply, all we do is we put the deck on top of the 3, we wait a little bit, we say the magic word, don't tell your dad, and the what a 3 comes to the top of the deck. It penetrates through the rest of the cards to come to the top. I know, we'll do it again, but this time with the 2. If we put the 2 on top, riffle down the side and say the magic word, seriously, if you tell your father, I'll kill you, the 2 comes to the bottom of the deck. Oh boy, what a mystery. What a magic mystery we've left ourselves with. And here, in a slightly less impressive demonstration of penetration, we'll get to the middle of the deck here, but still, the effect is just as impressive as an ambitious card routine when that card jumps to the top of the deck. Oh boy, what a miracle we have here with an ordinary deck of playing cards. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you how it's done with the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts is going to be our little bit of a test subject here, because if we put it in the middle of the deck here, the middle of a little bit of a stack, wait for that card to penetrate. Much like my uncle, we notice that it comes right to the top. Now I do have a question for you, sir. Would you like me to do this invisibly or visibly? Invisibly? Good answer, because if you said visibly, I just would have done this. I would have done that. But you said invisibly, so let's actually acquiesce here. Put that ace on top, and here it's going to penetrate right through. It's going to penetrate right through the stack, but here's what the problem is, sir. As it penetrates, it turns the rest of the cards into the aces, thus concluding us with quite a bit of virginity here. Oh, here's the secret. Here's the secret to this particular trick, and it does require a little bit of a setup. It goes all the way to the Sphinx from 1940, and Ed Marlo published it again in the Cardician. These nuts. So we need a little bit of a setup here, and the first things first, you're going to take the aces that aren't the one that's going to match your 2 and the 3, and you're going to put them on the bottom. You see that? So these go on the bottom of the deck. Next, you're going to take the ace, the 2, and the 3, and you're going to sneak a little bit of a card on top of it. So right now there's an X card, a card that doesn't matter, the Ace of Hearts, the 2 of Hearts, and the 3 of Hearts. Then you're going to make your way to the Pigcake Magic Academy. The $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. That's right, you could be the best virgin you could possibly be. You have videos on how to hold a deck of cards all the way to more advanced card sleights. Oh boy, $5 a month, over 400 videos already. Check it out. After you do that and you have the sufficient knowledge to do a double lift, that's the first move you need to do in this case. So we're going to do just whatever double lift you want to show the Ace of Hearts on top of the deck. At this point, I'm going to take this double in my hand. So these are 2 cards that are passing off as 1, because honestly, the spectator is pretty much a retard. So in this case, we're going to take a double into the hand, and we're going to use that to turn over the next card and show a 2. Then we're going to use these 2 to turn over the next card and show a 3. So right now, all we've done is we've just counted off those cards into my right hand, and now I'm going to turn over these 4 cards as 3. So we have an X card on top that I'm going to deal first to the left. Then we're going to deal the next card, where the spectator should think is a 2, and then finally the 3. And we're saying this as we're counting the cards here. Now I know usually this is sacrilege when it comes to magic. You never want to count when you don't need to, but in this case, the counting is relevant to the trick. So we say ace, 2, and finally the 3. So the rule doesn't apply to this particular case. So now we're going to demonstrate penetration, and we're going to do it by making use of the one ahead method. So right now, if you notice, the 2 is all the way to my right. So if I place the deck on top of this 2, just like this, and do whatever little magic move I want, such as grabbing the sides of the deck like somebody would grab the side of your head, and the card is now on top. So you could show that by using a one ahead method. So right now the assumption is that the 3 is on the table, really it's already on top of the deck. Put the deck on top, show it to have come to the top of the deck. Next, you're going to place the 2 supposedly on top of the deck. Really, we're placing the ace, boy. That's on top of the deck. You riffle down and show it to have made its way to the bottom of the deck, thus proving that penetration is real. The next one you want to put in the middle of the deck. So this one is going to be our X card. So you could just take this card and put it in the middle directly like that, and then squeeze it in as you show that ace to have magically penetrated its way right to the top. Now here is where we're going to make use of a little bit of a wonderful switch. This is the original trick as published by Marlo, and your boy just decided to add a little bit of an ending to it, a little bit of a punch at the end here, using one of my favorite changes, the Jinx change. So all we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom of the deck here as we spread the cards and obtain a break above the third card. So in this case, we're obtaining a break right there above all the aces. We're going to take the 2 and the 3 as we talk about how the ace is going to be the subject of our next little bit of an experiment here. And we're going to do 2 actions at once. We're going to take these 2 cards and put it on top of the deck. At the same time, we're going to lift the entire deck and spread the cards. Now what that does is that it switches the 2 and the 3 for the 3 aces that you have your break under. So in this case, if I put these 2 cards on top of the deck and in one action just spread it, there's a little bit of a discrepancy, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like something happened if you are staring, but at the same time, if you're in banter mode, if you're in conversational mode, it's gonna go right by them. Also remember, they're stupid and retarded. So in this case, the subject is the Ace of Hearts, and we're gonna demonstrate one more time its uncanny ability to penetrate. So we're gonna take the ace and we're gonna put it in the middle of the stack here. We're going to push that card in, but we're gonna obtain a break right there below it. So now if we turn these 2 cards over as one, we could show the first effect, which is the ace making its way to the top of the deck. The next effect is gonna be through the bottom. So in this case, we're gonna ask them if you want them to penetrate them visibly or invisibly. Depending on what they say, if they say visibly, you go perfect. All you're gonna do is turn this double over. So these are 2 cards that I'm turning over as one. I'm gonna grab these 2 cards and put it on the bottom of the deck, just like that. Now, if they say invisibly, I say good, because had you said visibly, this is what I would have done. And I still go into my little bit of an explanation here. So I'm gonna turn these 2 cards over as one, grab them here by the lower right corner, just to make sure that they don't spread, because that's gonna give away the secret. So I'm gonna grab these 2 as one and in-jog them towards me and say that's what I would have done. Now here, I'm gonna take the card that's showing, but really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push that ace flush with the rest of the cards. So right now, this Ace of Hearts, I'm just gonna push it flush with my fingertips, just like this, flush with the cards as I pull this one singly out. Now what this is gonna do is that not only is it gonna switch this card for the ace, but also it's gonna leave that ace on the bottom ready to show a little bit of a penetration effect. Now, if you wanna keep and save a break, you could just lift up on this card, which is gonna allow you to keep a break right there above that Ace of Hearts, which is now on the bottom of the deck. So one more time, in what is a lengthy explanation for an otherwise simple move, we're gonna take these 2 cards as one, put it on the bottom of the deck. We're gonna push that ace with our fingertips flush with the rest of the cards at the same time that we pull this card out, and by lifting up, we get a break. So now we can take supposedly the Ace of Hearts and put it on top, grab the cards in the right hand, which is gonna transfer that pinky break to a thumb break, and now we could press this imaginary button to show that ace having penetrated. Now usually, if you let go with your thumb, that ace is gonna do one flip and turn over face up, which is a nice little bit of a visual effect there, because that card just shows that it penetrated from the top to the bottom. If it just happens to fall face down, you could turn it face up. But ultimately what you're gonna do is you're gonna show that it penetrated through the bottom, and in going through the cards, it actually turned them into the 4 aces. So a little bit of a magical twist on that. And of course we have to end it with the 4 aces, because that's what magicians do. We take a normal trick and we have it ending with the 4 aces. Oh boy, never gonna see a pussy. So that's the trick. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to do all the things that people do when it comes to videos. That goes all the way back to the Cardician by Marlo, who's dead. So you could stop worshiping him. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to I don't know, ingest Cheese Whiz, and make sure that I don't get any extra calories, because I don't want to look like a magician. Being a magician is already bad enough. I'll do that. That's one of my moves.